Welcome back to the channel all about life skilling. My name is Teddy, and after being asked all about my trade crate empire, today I thought it'd be great to go down two of the trade crates that I like to make, the Serendia and the Balenos crates. So if you're looking to see how to start leveling up your gathering, make money along the way, level up your processing, and you're trading while making billions, be sure to subscribe, turn on all those notifications, and without wasting any more time, let's just jump into two of the trade crates for my worker empire. We're going to be looking at the Balenos and the Serendia crates. This will require maple, ash, and pine. So let's start looking at maple. Maple is a good material to go out there and start gathering with just how valuable the materials can be on the central market, the rares that can be found while out there gathering. Not to mention, just all of the materials in general can be used for other things. Before you go out there and start gathering, there are several things to keep in mind. The higher you're gathering and the more money that you have invested into your gathering gear, the pets, the crystals, and all of that gear, the higher chances of getting back more money when out here gathering. Not to mention, the higher your gathering mastery, the higher chances of getting all of those rare drops. Also, as a nice little added bonus, if you have your artisan gathering and unlocked the minigame, you have a chance of rocking the minigame for more materials to speed up how quickly you can gather. And if your RNG is extremely good, you have a very, very tiny chance of getting the Millennial Ginseng. Not only does this come with extremely good buffs for us life skillers, but it can also be listed up on the central market for at least 6 bill over here on NA. Coming out here to the central neutral zone, right next to the orcs, is a great place to gather all the maple needed. This is a little patch, but does have a lot of maple. It will require you to keep changing channels, but if you have enough energy or enough alts to rotate through, it should be easy. Taking a look at some of the materials that can be found out here gathering. Obviously, we have the maple timber. The maple timber can be chopped down into the planks and chopped down further into the plywood to be crated up into either the Balenos or the Serendia crate. Not to mention, all the plywood, planks, and timber can also be listed up on the central market to make more money. The logs can be chopped down to make usable scantling, or chopped down further to make the standardized timber square for either making the advanced cooking tools or the Land of the Morning Light cooking or alchemy tools. Over here on NA, they do go for 14k minimum. If you have a lot of them, you can sell them on the central market to make more money back. Not only do we have the timber that can drop, but we also have Trace of Nature, Red Tree Lump, Old Tree Bark, Monk's Branch, Spirit Leaf, Bloody Tree Knot, or the more rare drops like the Fairy's Breath, for example, which can be used to get either the 2 sharps for 10, or trading 10 in for the 900 contribution experience and the 30 gathering experience. Gathering timber and sapping is a great way to get the Caphras or the Ancient Spirit Dust, which can be used to make the Caphras too. Now, workers can be placed on nodes like the Northern Plain of Serendia for the Maple Timber and the Red Tree Lump, the Forest of Seclusion for the Maple Timber and the Monk's Branch, or, lastly, the Castle Runes here for the Maple Timber and the Maple Sap. Depending on what you guys need, depends on which ones you guys should go for, or if you guys really wanted to, you can go and rent all of them. As for the ash needed, ash trees can be found all around the Balenos region. I personally like to stick to the Olvia region or over here in Velia, with being so close to the storage. Workers can be placed on nodes like the Goblin Cave here for the ash timber and the Spirit Leaf, or Elwaz Hill here for the ash timber and the ash sap. One place to gather pine would be in the Trent Forest. Out here next to Trent has a massive amount of pine trees ready to be gathered. Some nodes to grab is the Marie Cave here with the pine timber and the pine sap. Another easier place would be right here with the Serendia Shrine for the pine timber and the Monk's Branch. And of course, all of these materials can be bought off the central market too if you guys want to speed up the process or have the extra money to go ahead and spend it. Me personally, I like to go out there and manually gather for them. When it comes to the worker skills, level, and even grade of the worker will determine how many materials can be gathered while out there either on a gathering node, or how many crates can be crated up, even how many materials can be refunded back when creating up the materials. Skills like work speed, movement speed, and the combination of the two will help out when it comes to speeding up your worker. Like, for example, if you're using a giant worker. Fortunately, humans are only lucky for getting all the rare drops like the spirit leaves or any of the worker sack if choosing to have them on one of the mining, fishing, or excavation, for example. Goblins are great for having the higher work speed. Higher grade will increase how much speed the goblin can have. And when out there on any of the gathering node, skills like luck will increase the likelihood of getting any of the rare drops from your worker. For those of you who are using workers to gather all of your maple, having the farm knowledge skill will increase how quickly that worker will work on the gathering node. For those of you who are using workers to crate up your crates, having skills like timber packing will increase how many crates can be made in one cycle. If you guys have Jugruta over from the Sheep Mountain, the special NPC worker that can be rented for 500 amity, you have a chance of getting the repeat timber crate skill, which will give you +2 timber crates if you guys are choosing to use him to crate up over there in Heidel. The higher tier your worker, the higher tier the skill will be, with the advanced hacking skill giving +3 crates done per cycle opposed to the 1 or the +2 when using a professional worker. I would avoid using a human and would stick to, say, using a goblin for the faster gathering or the giant for the increased gathering, and sticking with the goblin for just crating everything up. Keep that in mind when using your workers. Try to speed them up, get more back using the thrifty skills, and try to go for the advanced packing skill to increase how many crates you can make up to speed up your overall profit. Just in case the skills aren't to your liking, you can change the skills by hitting the change skill option here, choosing whichever skill, whichever one you don't like, click it, hit confirm, and it will change that skill. It will take RNG, but if you manage to get lucky, you should be able to get all the skills after a couple of rotations. Keep them working to accrue more of the experience needed, and once I hit 100, go ahead and recycle through. This will save you having to fire workers and get new ones. Looking at the Serendia Timber Crate, alone at a base value, they do go for 125.4k silver. This will increase with the higher trade level and your bargaining depending on where you have the crate being crated up. The distance bonus will also play in. The Balenos Timber Crate is the same, with being valued at 110.3k. And again, this will require you to have higher trading to get more money back. So if you're still not convinced, let's head over to the Land of the Morning Light and trade in a couple stacks to show you guys just the possibilities of making money out here using the maple. Here is an example of trading in the Serendia Timber Crates, and here's an example of turning in the Balenos Timber Crates. Taking a look at maple plywood on its own, for one crate over here on NA, at the lowest, it will cost at least 263.5k. Here's the pine plywood needed for the Serendia crate. For 5, it will cost 171k over here on NA. Taking a look at the ash plywood needed for the Serendia crate, looking at the ash plywood, 5 on their own will cost 121.5k. That on its own, if you guys were buying the crates with a higher trading level, you can make more money back on the distance and the bargaining alone. But if you do not have the trading level, the overall value of the crate will be a lot lower than the actual material cost. So keep that in mind when looking at the materials and trying to find out. Or you can just make a spreadsheet. It is a great way to make money if you guys have the workers going out there and gathering the maple. Now, this is just one of the materials that I like to go out there and gather for creating up my Balenos and Serendia crates for my trade crate empire. Your region will dictate whether or not this will be profitable for you. And of course, you should probably make a spreadsheet, an Excel chart, or a pie chart, anything that will help you guys see if you're going to be making more of a profit or if this is going to be a loss. Let me know if you guys enjoy this and would like to see more of my trade crates, which ones I'm doing, which ones I like to go out there and manually gather. I might make another one. We'll see. With all of that out of the way, be sure to leave a like if you found this helpful, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Keep gathering out there, everyone.